my name's Jacinda. Welcome to a lockdown version of a drum and bass yoga class. I hope that you'd be able to join me at some point in Christchurch in person soon, but for now let's just enjoy what we are able to do. Big credit to Gwarden. I'm using one of his awesome mixes, lovely liquid flow. It'll be about 40 minutes that we'll be practicing. Have lots of fun. And the music's kicking off in 1, 2, 3, play. Never works the first time. 1, 2, 3, play. We'll start standing. Bring the feet in close together, soften your kneecaps. Draw up tall through the crown of the head. Pick the shoulders up, back and down. Soften your eyelids, let them close against your eyes. Let the hands hang by your sides. And draw your attention to the quality of your breath. Inhale from the base upward. Exhale, empty, same way. So inhale, belly fills, lungs fill, chest fills in the upper portion of the chest. Exhale, belly empties, lungs empty, chest empties in that upper portion. In through the nose, out through the nose. Once more, big inhale through the nose. Let it out through the nose with control. Open your eyes. We add some movement to the breath. Inhale, lift the arms. Gaze to the thumbs. Next, exhale, fold forward. Hinging at the hips. Bring the belly to the thighs. And the chin into the chest. Pause here. Lengthen through your back. You can always add little movements wherever you wish. Maybe a little toe or heel tap. Inhale, half lift. Palms press into the front of the legs. Lengthen through your spine. Bring that chin towards the chest. Next, exhale, palms press into the mat. Step your right foot back. Follow it with the left. Pause here in your plank. Drop to your knees if you need. On your next exhale, lower down to the mat. Chest comes down between the hands. Touch your forehead to the mat. On your next exhale, we flex through your back. Press the palms into the mat. Draw the elbows together and lift your chest. Relax the shoulders down away from the ears. Push your pubic bone down into the mat. One more breath in here. Tuck each toe under. Exhale. Pike your hips. Push your heart towards your legs. Downward dog. Look back towards your feet to lengthen your neck. And so you can see the dancing that your toes, your heels can do on your mat. Bending one leg at a time. Make this fun, fluid movement. Keep pushing through the fingers onto the mat to push the heart back towards your legs. Let's practice a little flow, forward and back to plank. Inhale as the crown of the head comes forward. Shoulders in line with the wrists. Draw the hips down, body in a straight line. One more breath in here. Exhale. Pike your hips, melt your heart back towards your legs. Inhale, rippling forward into plank. Exhale, pike the hips, melt the heart to the legs. Let's do it again. Inhale, ripple forward plank. Exhale, melt the heart to the legs. Lower your knees down as wide as the mat. Big toes together to touch. Take your forehead to the mat. Relax here. Child's pose. You can come here or stay here as long as you want, whenever you need throughout this yoga flow. Let's travel with our arms. Left arm to the left. Follow it with the right. Take in a big breath. Exhale, melt your heart. Feel that stretch through the right side down to your hip. Come back through the center. Right hand moves first, then the left, and then out to the right. Melt the heart. Feel that stretch down through the left side, all the way to your hip. Bring the left hand back to center. Follow it with the right. Inhale, pick up your hips. Separate your toes. Shoulders stacked over the wrists. Another little dance here as we inhale. Drop our belly. Matching movement with breath. Exhale. Draw the back up towards the ceiling, arch the spine. A pose called a cat. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, arch your back. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, arch your back. Take your hips back towards your heels. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, pushing back. Start to make this whatever kind of rhythm or movement that you want. Close your eyes if you wish. Wake up the muscles in your back. Visualize your spine as something completely fluid. Flow where the body takes you. Make the movement as quick or as slow as you like. Come back to stillness. Tabletop. Bring the right foot forward between your hands. Right knee stacked over the ankle. We find our balance. Inhale, lift the arms out to the side, press the palms. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, bring the palms forward. Exhale, draw the shoulders back so you feel them integrate. We're going to draw a bow and arrow here. Short, sharp movement. Right elbow to the back. We go like this. We do it again. One more time. This time, rainbow, the arm open to the back. Look to the right. Maintain your balance. Take the right hand and a rainbow back. Hold the hands forward. Palms are separated. Tuck the tailbone under. Inhale, sink your left hip flexor to the mat. Crescent lunge. Lean back. Gaze to the sky. Frame your ears with your biceps. Energy through the fingertips. One more breath in. Exhale. Pick up the hips, lengthen the right leg, take the hands around to frame your foot, lean forward. Flex the right toes to the ceiling. Traveling hands. Take your left hand to the left. Follow it with the right, just as far as you can. Inhale here. Exhale, melt your chest. We're feeling a beautiful stretch through the back of the right leg. Come back through the center. Right hand moves and then the left. Taking it over to the right hand side as far as you can. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, melt it down. Bring the hands back through the center. One at a time. Tuck the left toe under, press through the palm, send the right foot back to meet the left. Exhale to the mat. Knees, chest, chin, or elbows graze your sides. Inhale to a back bend. Push the palms into the mat. Exhale, tuck the toes, like the hips, and push your chest back towards your legs. Downward dog, rest here. Look back to the feet. Feel the rhythm moving through your body, through your legs. Tap your toes if you like. Send the knees down to the mat. Left foot forward between the hands. Set it up so you found your balance. Left knee over the ankle and then inhale, lift your hands. Press your palms. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, take the hands out in front of you. Exhale, pull your shoulders back. This time we draw that bow and arrow with the left arm, left elbow heading to the back. Wait for it. Draw it open. And again. Once more. This time, draw a big rainbow with that left hand. Open the arms up, revolve through your rib cage, looking to the left. Maintain your balance here. Then rainbow. That hand all the way back. Palms apart. Inhale, lift the hands. Energy to the ceiling. Tuck the tailbone under. One more big breath in here. And then exhale, drive forward. Right hip flexor coming down towards the mat. Can you lean back? Opening up across the chest. One more breath in here. Then exhale, picking up the hips. Swing the arms around. Take your hands down to frame that left leg. Flex the toes to the ceiling on the left. Pick your hip up on the right. And then we move the hands. Right hand to the right. Follow it with the left. Just as far as you can. Inhale, extend forward through your chest. Exhale, soften the elbows, melt. Just as far as you can. We're stretching through the back of that left leg. Let the body be fluid. Come through the center. Left hand then the right. And then over to the left. Take a big breath in. Exhale, soften the elbows, melt the chest. Come back through the center. Plant the palms. Tuck the toes over on the right leg. Lift the knee, send the left foot out to meet the right. Exhale to the mat. Inhale into your back bend. Exhale, pike the hips and drive the heart back towards the legs. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Square the hips. Exhale, right knee to the nose. Drive up through your hips. Create as much space as you can, and then flick the right foot forward between your hands. Soften through your left knee. We inhale, lift the hands. Press the palms. Exhale, hands to heart. Same action here. Inhale, hands come forward. Exhale, pulling the shoulders back. Bow and arrow. Right elbow draws back. Do it again. One more time. Rainbow to the back. Maintain your balance. Look to the right. Draw the left hip forward. Soften your back knee. Twist through the rib cage. Rainbow. That right hand back. Inhale as the arms lift. Tuck the tailbone under. Drop that back knee a little further. One more breath in here. Exhale. Picking up the hips, lengthening the legs. Reach the hands forward as far as they can go. Breathing in here. Exhale, melt the hands either side of that right leg. Drop your left heel down to the mat. Intense hamstring stretch. Send the chest forward in space. Soften your right kneecap. Bend the right knee. Press the hands into the mat. Take the right foot back to meet the left. Exhale to the mat. Inhale into the back bend. Exhale, pike the hips. Melt the heart back to the legs. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Flex the left foot. Exhale, left knee to the nose. Really pike up through the hips, create space. Flip the left foot forward between the hands. Lower the back knee. And then inhale, lift, high lunge here. Press the palms, gaze to the thumbs. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, palms come forward. Exhale, just pull the shoulders back. Left elbow draws back. Again. Once more. Big rainbow, painting it over the ceiling. Open out to the left. Tuck the tailbone under further. Find your balance here. Rainbow. Back to the front. Palms aren't pressed. Feel the tension between the hands. Sink even further into that back leg as you lift the arms. Inhale here. Exhale, lean back. Inhale. Lengthen both legs. Reach forward as far as you can. Extend out of your hips. Draw the right hip forward. And then exhale, hands float down to the earth. Soften through the kneecaps on both legs. Lower the heel of the right leg if you can. Extend out of your chest. Draw the tip of your nose forward in space. Deep stretch. Close the eyes if you like. Intensify the stretch. Bend into the left knee. Press your palms into the mat. Left foot back to meet the right. Exhale to the mat. Inhale into the back bend. Exhale, pike the hips. Melt your heart back to your legs. Downward dog stretch. Looking forward between the hands. Start to walk the feet up to meet them. Pause and forward fold at the front of your mat, belly resting down into the front of the legs. Whatever movements feel good here. Inhale, roll up through your back. Shoulders coming all the way onto the back. Inhale, reach up. Press the palms. Exhale, hands to heart. Bring the feet together. Breathing in here. Exhale, sink through the hips. As low as you can, draw the elbows back. Hold down here in this chair pose. Building a little heat. Come still with the legs. Sway from side to side. Top elbow lifting up towards the ceiling. Feel the twisting through the torso. We're working the rib cage. Keep the knees pressed together. Make this movement your own. One elbow lifting at a time. Pause in the center. Thumbs to the center of the chest. Start to bounce to the rhythm. Lifting one heel at a time up off of the mat. A deep burning in the thighs. Drop, stop. Lift up onto your toes. Keep pressing the thumbs into the chest. Take the hands forward. Next inhale, stay up on the toes. Lift the hands above the head, straighten the body. Exhale as the hands come down, lower the heels all the way to the mat. Inhale, arms lift. Press the palms. Exhale, hands down to the heart. Breathing in here. Squeeze the shoulders together on the back. Exhale, sink down. Weight in the heels, tailbone tucks under, chair pose. Start your little bounce, your little dance in this position. Big step back with control on your left leg. We're back in our high lunge position. Keep that bounce going. Little pulsing movement. Inhale, hands come forward. Exhale, draw the shoulders onto the back. No bow and arrow this time, just our rainbow. Inhale, right arm lifts up, Opening up to the right. Exhale here. And then inhale, come back. Swivel on the ball of your back foot. So the left toes face the long edge of the mat. Then windmill your top arm. You're in warrior 2. Arms in a straight line. Bend into your front knee. Heel in line with your heel or your front heel to your arch. Hands free flow. Reach your right hand across the body to your left hip. Swing your left arm overhead, palm facing to the ground. Fingertips reach as far as they can beyond your head. Draw your left shoulder back. Changing directions. Left hand reaches across the body to your right hip. Right arm overhead. Right fingers reaching as far as they can back. Draw your right shoulder back. Draw your right ribs back. Flow with the rhythm of your breath. Maybe you can even close your eyes if you can. Push down into the mat. The last time, when you're leaning with your right hand to the back, lengthen your right leg. Spiral your right inner thigh to the sky. Reach your right arm forward beyond your right toes. Turn the palm to face the ceiling and swoop the left arm overhead. Take that energy as far forward as you can. It's not easy to hold. Keep pressing down your feet into the mat. We come out the same way we came in. Bend into the right knee, warrior 2. Windmill your arms down to the mat. Step your left foot in to meet the right. Forward fold. Belly rests on the thighs. Feel the rhythm as you roll up through your spine. Feet together. Inhale, lift your arms. Press your palms, gaze to your thumbs. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, open up across the chest, draw the elbows back. Exhale, sink the hips. Find the chair pose here. We're getting that little bounce on again. This time, the right foot steps back. Hips point forward. Don't lose your bounce in that lunge. Come back to stillness here. Sending the hands forward on an inhale breath. Exhale, pull the shoulders back. This time, just the rainbows. Paint the sky with that left arm. Looking to the left, stretch the arms long. Draw your left rib cage back. Bring the left arm forward again to meet the right hand. As the right arm rainbows, swivel on the ball of that right foot, opening your toes up to the long edge of the mat. Warrior 2. Hand to hand alignment. Line up your knee with your second to pinky toe and be really strong through the inner thigh. Heel to heel or heel to arch alignment in the legs. Hands free flow. Left hand reaches across the torso to your right hip. Right arm reaches overhead, palm facing to the ground as far forward as you can. Reverse. Right hand reaches across the torso to the left hip. Left arm reaching up and overhead, lean back. Don't lose the bend in the knee as you move the arms. Try flow with the rhythm of your breath. Inhale, switch. Exhale, reach. Maybe even closing your eyes if you can. Last time that the left arm's reaching back, lengthen your left leg. Hands-free triangle pose. Left arm reaches forward, fingertips beyond your toes, palm facing to the ceiling. Reach the right arm up and overhead. The palms are facing one another. Draw the right shoulder back, push your feet into the mat. Extend that energy forward, stretch to the right side, do it as far as you can. Coming out the same way you came in. Bend into the left knee, bring the arms back up, warrior two. Breathing in here. Exhale, windmill the hands to the mat. Step the right foot in to meet the left. Make it a little dance with your knees soft. Work into the back. Lifting up through the spine. Roll the shoulders onto the back. Let's take some balance. Body weight into the left leg. Sorry, body weight into the right leg. Inhale, lift the left knee. Knee is in line with the hip. Link through the spine. Try and lengthen that left leg. Stand up tall. Strength here. Inhale, lift the arms. Wrists in line with the shoulders. Bend the knee again. Bring the foot behind you. Lean forward. Start to fly into a warrior three. Draw the chin into the chest. Upper body, lower body, both parallel to the mat. We fly the arms. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the palms to press underneath you. Draw them up and back down. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, press the palms. Inhale. Exhale. Once more. Ooh, inhale. Don't worry if you lose balance and you come out. That's all part of the fun. Swing the left leg in to meet the right. Dance it out a little here. Changing sides for the balance. Body weight into the left leg. Lift the right knee in line with the hip. Shoulders roll onto the back. Lift tall through the crown of the head. Maybe you can lengthen the leg out long in front. Inhale, lift the arms. Wrists align with the shoulders. Concentrate, soft knee. Bend the knee again. Start to take the leg to the back. Lean forward. Bending into that left knee. Feel your chest descending towards the ground. Draw it parallel here. Feel the beauty, the power of this movement. Inhale, try and lift the arms. And then exhale, take them down. Press the palms, draw the hands up. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, take the hands down. Press the palms, lift them up. Again, inhale, fly. Exhale. One more. Inhale, fly. Exhale. Swing that leg in. Dance it out. Bring the legs wider. Squat position. Inhale, lift the arms. Press the palms. Exhale, draw the hands to the heart. Start to move down. Moving through the hips. Sink the hips. until you find a yogi squat. Maybe your heels lifted. That's fine. Just work into your hips. And then we'll come all the way to sitting on the mat. Extend the legs out long. Soften your kneecaps. Inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, fold the upper body over the legs. Chin draws in towards the chest. Feel the release through your lower back. And coming down all the way onto your back, lift the arms parallel to the legs, roll back, bend your legs, plant your heels down, bring them in towards your hips. Arms are by your side, palms pressing down. Drive through the heels, lift up through the hips. Take your hands under the small of your back. Heels of the palms come in towards one another. Your fingertips are snaking around to the sides of your hips. Feel that support in the small of your back. Kick one leg up to the sky, then the other. Find your shoulder stand here. Float the legs around however feels nice for you. If you can't do shoulder stand, you can always just lift the legs from laying on your back. Have fun with this. Maybe flex and point the feet. Maybe play a piano on the ceiling with your toes or the drums. Once you've finished that childlike exploration of movement here, take your palms to the mat. Lower your feet as far as you can down behind your head. And then bracing with the hands, roll your hips all the way down onto the mat. Hug your knees into your chest. We'll come into an easy twist. Right legs over to the right, over to the left. Look to the right. You can have those legs however you like, whatever feels good. Swing them through the center. Easy twist to the right. Look to the left. You can position those legs however you like. Make it a cozy, comfy twist. Legs back to center. Hug the knees to the chest. Lengthen the legs out long. Sink in to the hips. Take the arms by your side. And here, you take some time to rest.